Oh no, a nice place, a picturesque place in Italy to finish
I'd like
off.
to go for a gallant stroll.
Looks like they're off to one, bit of a jog.
Trot.
Ooh.
Oh, this is quite a trot indeed. Neo with the aggression finds 2 kills and Pasha follows it up. And suddenly just Guardian left alive with 40 HP.
4 versus 1. That is a nice way to kick things off. Guardian could find a kill or 2, but it's unlikely. He's down to 40 HP. I think I have to go. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you, ahead of time. For the demon that possesses you. Guardian has to try and do it all. That's a heck of a start from Virtus.pro. It's one way to show confidence. Stick out the chest, be boisterous, and start it off exactly how you'd like to against FaZe. 1-0 for VP.
Can you imagine if this is the way FaZe crash out the tournament?
Oh, against this team, Virtus.pro, who's been struggling for so long.
What a storyline that would be. Yeah, the guys are right. Olofmeister having a great tournament, not having a great tournament, and Rain being ill. Virtus.pro to knock them out and deny what could be one of the greatest finals, considering the lineup of teams we have here. It begs the question as to what's going on in for FaZe. That tactical approach on the T side of Cobblestone, I'm sorry, this wasn't good enough. You can blame it all you want on firepower, but you do need the strategies to fall back onto if your stars aren't there, and it just didn't seem like they had much at all. Force buy from the FaZe side. Round number 2 coming in. CZ's Deagles. No nades. They have 1 flashbang. If that's anything to write home about. We'll see whether they can get anything done here. 2. It's looking like FaZe will make their way towards middle, looking for the 1D. Here's Taz debating Pasha. Oh, pulls the trigger there.
That's peculiar, as he could have had a lot more going around. Nico's able to turn it, snap it back. Taz still makes up for it, makes amends, if you will. Last game, Thou who won the pistol, lost the ensuing round. This time they need to try and stabilize that. There's still a chance. 3 versus 3 as Guardian goes aggressive with the Deagle, tries to wrap around. Snacks goes down as well. Opening pit opens a plant, and there's a long rotation to wait for Biawi as he tries to get around from mid. Don't tell me it's going to happen again.
Could happen.
In the sight, corner. Good shot, Biawi, take Guardian out of it. Deagle couldn't connect, but Olaf has armor. And he's got an M4, he's got a lineup. Down goes Neo. He's got to make the shots back in. Biawi's so timid to go around the corner, but just get the headshot just barely.
Olofmeister, I thought he had that one, considering the HP of Bialy as well. He had about 50 before the interaction started, and Olofmeister, obviously, his position given away, couldn't find the shot. Pasha, though, yeah, I would be looking a little bit sheepish as well. That was a little bit shocking for him. I love the way he looked at the camera like, yeah, you know what, I did screw up there. And he's just like, guys, you don't want to know what has happened. But, well played to free action. We're catching all of that. That's pretty cool. They win the round regardless. And we go into round number 3. Nice shot by Nico. That's not easy. It's not like Pasha screwed up so bad he deserved to die there. And we'll go into round number 3. Nico buys the AK-47. We saw this before on Cobblestone. It worked out for them. One of the few rounds they won on the T side. And that's why he does it.
No.
He gives the AK up. He'll throw it back. But Pasha takes him to the grave with him.
Due to the pyre, he will expire. Olaf goes back toward B. Neo still at the top of Banana. And Olaf with the AK tries to do damage where applicable. Not gonna find it. Neo nearly gets the movement mechanics of spraying back through a smoke. That changes the angle of Tracer, and he's able to exactly aim down exactly where Olaf is. 24 HP, he'll fall back into the site.
4-on-3. AK in the hands of Olofmeister. PT-15 in his back pocket, but no nades to work with here. It'd be unlikely for them to do much with this, but Carrigan has found position towards quad and found an open bomb site as well. That's something. And Snacks is in the apartments, but he's actually left to sort. They're leaving the A site. Why are they so confident it's not going to be A? Interesting. Okay, well, Snacks watching second middle. He doesn't know they've already got up there. Bomb planted. This is actually looking
Reverse
like it's
cheats.
FaZe round.
Neo, I'll keep wanting to say Nico. The infliction is low and walking in with 24 HP to his death. Carrigan was waiting the whole time. Taz knows that he's there.
Good Molotov.
Yeah, very good Molotov. That holds him off, holds him at bay. On to Snacks to be the entry, if you will. And Carrigan takes the initiative to even go beyond just throwing the Molotov and trying to wrap around. Snacks does get one of the way through. That reveals where Olaf is the last remaining player. This time, he's got it from a 1 versus 2 to another 1 versus 1. Another chance to steal around for Olaf, but another one denied by an M4, this time by Taz.
He keeps getting so close there, doubted himself. I thought he was going to go for the high IQ play there by just staying alive and hoping he doesn't go for the full defuse, but didn't trust his instincts. Faced up and down he went. Unlucky against Carrigan there towards the library area. It was a nice Molotov, but it feels like Carrigan made a lot of noise going towards Arch. He gave up his frag, and Olaf Meister in the 3 versus 1 clutch. Pushing distance of winning it. Definitely keeps the money low on the VP side, but can't win the round. As we get into it, it will be round of 4, 3-0 for VP, and aggressive approach from Neo, taken back by the Molotov. Now got to at least challenge this and deny. He's having full map control at the very start. Nico comes up to spam the smokes. No AWP on either side. Oh, Guardian has got one, I beg your pardon. So he's on the T side with that. Didn't expect him to buy it up so early.
Did you know that 20 years ago today, Michael Schumacher revealed his true colors, and the son of a legend, Jacques Villeneuve, became the Formula 1 World Champion, the only Canadian Formula 1 World Champion. That was today, Henry.
Was it?
20 years ago.
Brilliant.
Just thought everyone should celebrate that. It was also Mika Hakkinen's first victory, apparently. I did forget that fact. I knew that fact, I just forgot it.
Oh, lots of data for you there. Smokes coming towards the arch. It will be Guardian with that AWP towards the library position, watching the corner. Money is a little bit weak for VP. If FaZe can win one of these rounds, they'll have a real chance to sink their teeth into this half.
Decent shot. Taz takes out Nico. Snack's still alive in it, but a response, an immediate one. At that, Pasha unexpectedly reveals the fact that there was 2 inside of the pit, but it's countered off as Olaf turns his attention in the direction the fire came from.
Another clutch situation for FaZe. This time, Guardian and Olaf Meister. Olaf has come very close to winning 2 of them, but can't quite close them out. Guardian makes things a little bit easier now, just up against Neo, who is the master of these sort of situations. He's coming in from the quad side. Guardian, he'll be waiting in the pit, low HP. He could go down here, which he will. Olaf Meister left in another 1 versus 1. This time, good position. Bomb ticking in his favor as well. Neo hoping to be in towards the pit. Olaf Meister surely got this one. Finally, a clutch works out for him. First round on the board for FaZe. It will be 3-1, and presumably money in the bin for the Polish side. Had the great start, but rounds were close. Olaf Meister getting some success there after Neo seemed to be preoccupied with the pits in that incendiary, waiting for it to yield a result and maybe push the CT player out, but it didn't really work out for him. And we go into the next round. We'll have a look at the money for the CTs. Do they force buy into this one? No, they will not. They'll keep their money at least about $1,000, I think. And CZ's PD50s come out. We have got a smoke and a flashbang. FaZe up against unarmored opponents, so they can get out the SMGs there. Olaf Meister with the MAC-10. A couple of UMPs to go with it, and 2 AKs for Rain and Guardian. No need to rush here. We have seen some very questionable decisions from FaZe throughout this tournament on the anti-eco or anti-force buy approaches. Luckily, they do have amazing players that can bail them out of sometimes poor calls at the start.
Shots back out, though, from the pistol as Taz gets around the corner, somehow gets a kill. Against all odds, responded by Pasha. And they're keeping it close again, Virtus.pro, despite that they lose 1 round and get reset. Doing the part by how close FaZe kept it. So economy will be measured the entire game through. So will the HP, apparently, of Virtus.pro, because Neo's on 9, Biawi's on 17, and 66 for Pasha. That's not bad from Biawi to push in. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough for them to win the round. Pasha does have an AK, but I think, yeah. Yes, he will. You're right.
With no armor, no kit, and just a flashbang, the money's not in a great place on the VP side, so that makes a lot of sense. FaZe, I'm not 100% sure that's the case as of yet, so they'll just be making sure they check every FS of the bomb side itself. No ninja antics going on here. And Pasha, he'll be in towards the T-Sebs, but just listening out for anyone exiting, trying to take one of them down with him at least. It's still fine. He's got a CZ and a flashbang with him as well. The AK-47, we've discussed this in depth throughout this tournament. That's having on the CT side certainly can be very beneficial. Anything coming towards a more defensive line. Hoping to find a low HP player to commit all the way down, but won't work out for him. And FaZe narrowly win the round. Wasn't as tight as it potentially could have been. Here's the replay of Olaf Meister getting the job done in the final kill against Neo. Got to finish things out, and it will be another round on the board for the FaZe side. The AK save to Pasha, though, should have a decent buy here. All an interesting one in this. It will be Pasha as main, but watch out for Snacks. He does have a fantastic AWP towards the B side. They actually don't go all in here. They could have bought. It would have been quite a weak buy, but want to keep their lead somewhat. Don't want to throw the money and allow things to be tied up at 3-3. Definitely can do some work with the AK-47 and PT-50s, and we'll find out how this one works out for them. Molotovs towards the sandbags and the corner of the banana area, just to push any CTs back, and then they can execute if required. It looks like that'll be very likely. They haven't got any presence anywhere else.
Back out, and Nico gets Biawi down. Pasha, AK-47, the only gun on the VP side. And what is now a 3-2 scoreline and 3-3 impending. As Kerrigan goes back over toward A. Molotov to the cubby. No one in there, but he'll just watch for a second longer to confirm such suspicions. Nico and Olaf make short work of their attentions on either side of the approach to A as Nico checks every single corner before even committing to the bomb plant.
Very clean round from FaZe. A-47 doesn't really make a dent as they make their assault on the A-bomb site. Bomb planted, and it will be Neo and Taz with just a pistol each and a smoke to save. And to try and get an exit frag here. Very unlikely, but FaZe have started their campaign officially now on the T side. 3-3, we're all tied up. A gun round next, the orb's going to be available. Do we go for a double orb setup, potentially? As I said, Snacks can be very handy on this map. He was regarded as one of the most flamboyant AWPers on the previous iteration of Inferno. Don't see it as much anymore. Fist bombs come in, as you like to analyze, Matt. And the banana on the desk.
I find them interesting.
Yes, so we won't get into that. I've got a whole story about a teacher who used to talk about that. But
did you even go to school?
I went to elementary school, and then that was it.
Oh, okay.
And I played Counter-Strike.
Then you went to Hogwarts like every British person.
Exactly. Round number 7, and no double orb setup on the CD side. It will be Pasha, as you said, the main AWPer. Up against Guardian, considered one of the world's best.
Did you know that Ronald Weasley's Swedish in real life? He goes by the name Pontus.
Nice. Quite a tenuous joke there for the viewers, but it is good.
Pasha checking the hallway, will back off. Shots through the window. Rain's got to be a little bit careful. Snacks. The gap covered with the smoke down will no longer be visible, but throws a nade in. That'll do damage to Rain, and he'd even collected maybe even one shot from the M4 on top of that nade. He would have gotten the kill as Pasha goes aggressive. AWP takes down Guardian. Good find for VP. It's not the double op as you suggested, but the one op certainly still makes the early kill.
45 seconds remaining. It's Pasha to open things up here, and we have got decent control. This could be the old banana split with extra source as they go through CT spawn. It's Pasha to defend, players coming from library and the arch area, and the double team, but Rain does get the reply frag. He'll be going down almost certainly here. As the bomb does come back, they won't be committing towards B, you know. It's going to be Rain. I haven't seen much of him on the AWP. And he doesn't feel too comfortable on the weapon. He upgrades back to the AK-47. Bialy will take him down. 4-on-2 now, and the boost will yield a frag to Nico to drop, and then the bomb left in the hands of Olofmeister. Maybe a little bit apprehensive and not willing to commit to the split through spawn. I don't think that he had the time to mess around with the idea of going back. As you can see, there's about 7 seconds left there when the 4th frag comes in, and Virtus.pro really can't believe their luck. I think you just have to be kind of committed to a tactic once you get to about the 20-second mark. You can't think, no, go back, oh, just do it, oh wait, we've lost a frag. Just get in there. And hope the players at Banana can find the frag so you can actually get the bomb through. Give the orb for Rain. I don't think that was the right play. He had to get in there and bulldozer his way into the site. 4-3, Virtus.pro take one back. If you're just joining us, let's give you an update. We started on Mirage, didn't we? It was 16-2 in favor of FaZe for a while.
Yes, it was.
Maybe it was just a flash in the van for Virtus.pro. Good showing yesterday against Gambit. Back to business as usual. But Cobblestone, they look great, and FaZe actually looked very poor. Their tactics just weren't there, and they were relying heavily on the individual performances that weren't really appearing. And here we are on Inferno, and Virtus.pro have the lead, looking to knock out FaZe, the world's #1 team.
That would be insane.
And I'm gapping that smoke, I think. Maybe not.
Small.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough.
No.
And maybe if you get to the wall, can't see the texture. Yeah, okay. It would have been potentially enough, especially with Nico getting close to it. He's trying to take advantage of it. Anytime you see a gap, be like FaZe and just go for it. Otherwise, you're not a racing driver. That's why you can't blame Verstappen. Pasha smokes off toward the quad. He'll back deeper inside of the pit. Guardian's going to try and get above the smoke. He's boosted up in the flower pot. Needs to jump to the awning. Does it. And, oh, did he see the gun? I don't think he did. Hole in the wall. He easily could have spotted Pasha. I don't think he realizes it, but I like the movement until such time that he falls and plummets to the earth. Still manages to get Neo with it. They had no idea he was up that far. Pasha trying to go back out, manages one. But he'll be sweating red as the flames land at his feet. It's Taz instead. Jumps out to find two. And it's going to be a 5th round, surely. Nico, 1 versus 4, 30 seconds, spotted already. Snacks takes him down.
Arguably one of the worst features of CSGO, the crouching crab spray moving as you commit with the AK-47. It is fully accurate and can be very effective as well, as Taz demonstrated. Nice work with the AK-47 as he commits to it, keeps walking around, and that's what I'm talking about. Didn't work in any other iteration of CS, but they decided to chuck it in for CSGO. 5-3. FaZe Clan after getting the opening pick with the boost fading for Guardian. Nails a shot in Library, but Taz manages to reset FaZe once again. 5-3, and they will be down to just PT-50s and Glocks. A deagle for Nico. A lot of, like, pretty much full eco rounds have been won in this tournament, though, so don't discount them completely. All it takes is one orb to be dropped or an AK-47 to be gifted to a player like Nico, and chaos can ensue.
Pasha takes out Nico. Pasha tags Taz, and that lets, excuse me, tags Olaf, rather. That lets Taz. Let's not get ahead of myself, Matt. You brat. It allows him to spray them down. They go 6-3, doubling up now on FaZe, who are back into the money. But without an AWP, whether or not they would have elected to bring it out, who knows. But they'll leave Guardian on the AK with no choice.
Has had some very good rifle rounds here. If you remember back to Mirage, even just this morning. M4 play with stellar points. Round number 10. Getting to bookend of half number 1 here. The change for the Virtus.pro setup. This could be an aggro play. They'll drop some incendiaries at the very start to deny the rush at least, and they could go for a retake here by smoking towards the T-steps and then nading down and getting control of the logs. There's the nade. Flashbang coming in. Do they commit? Boost one player up, and there it is. As the smokes go down, and they potentially can leave one player towards logs. That will be Bialy if required. Fires off some shots there, but they'll be happy with that for now. Still got 4 smokes available, so it didn't cost them too much. Neo will drop a smoke of his own and be left to Banana. I'll need to fall back and position 4 players towards the A-bomb site.
Smokes down. Flashes out. Chimney as well. Santa Claus is coming to town. And Nico, he gets found by Bialy immediately. Pasha steps up. Virtus.pro are solid on the A site.
Execution shut down and then some. It's Taz on top of the bomb site, above the smokes, watching down on FaZe and bringing them terror as well. There will be Guardian in a 4 versus 1. Bomb on his back, and not really much he can do in this situation, I'm afraid. It will be Taz to find his 2nd frag of the round. Very well held, as it's Bialy to spray them down through the smoke at the yard side. Backed up by Pacho, the AWP from Library, and then funneling them towards the quad. It's looking very promising. And FaZe, this is just not a unit today that looks like they can potentially recover from this. Still quite early days, but a team that won 16-2 on Mirage, they're long gone. They're going to have to really grind for this. Cobblestone was very disappointing in terms of a tactical point of view, but take a tactical pause right now. See if they got what they can come up with.
1 of 4 that will be used. Well, could be used.
Indeed.
Is allowed to be used. Not at all what they were expecting. Nico looks a little tired. We said after the first map where it was 16-2, he just wanted to go back to bed. He tweeted twice about his sleep schedule being messed up, and, well, twice overall about sleep. The second time was about the alarm slapping him in the face over and over again.
Slapping him in the face?
It was a gif of an alarm that had, like, a hand.
Okay.
Yeah. At least he got sleep.
Yeah.
He certainly seems to be racking his brain, and Kerrigan even staring down the line to evaluate his mannerisms and suggesting ideas. I'm hearing footsteps. That's exactly what the admin should be doing during a pause. Now that it's gone to technical and headsets are off and they're chatting.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, Dasha.
What's going on here? Well, okay. Bit too much chat for my liking.
Yeah, but Dasha's got to step up.
To be fair, I'm not sure, because you remember when we had Tyloo playing, those boys were chatting most of the time.
No, it's true. That's true.
So it might even be a rule here. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
So what was tactical has become technical.
Best of starts here for FaZe on the T side, which is considered to be a harder position, but this map you'd assume that they were very comfortable on. For now.
Issue clearly on the FaZe side. Also not too awake this morning.
I think we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
What if that boat sinks?
And we drown.
I don't want to be in that boat. I want to be on a different boat. Can I have my own boat?
You can.
And can it be a jet boat?
Yes. Jet boat.
What kind of jet boat?
I don't know. I'm not. You probably know a lot more about jet boats.
Yeah, Boston Whaler. Well, there's two Boston Whaler jet boats. Oddly enough, Dad loves Boston Whalers and jet boats, so we've owned both of them. Because they're literally the bastard child of the Whaler family. No one wants the jet boat Whalers, so Dad's like, oh, I'll get those for cheap. Take those.
Walkie-talkies are out. Information coming through. We don't know what the problem is. We can only really guess from what you see on the screen. And it looks like FaZe, they're the team, they've got the headsets on and they're just staring. I can hear shots going on, so I suggest we're going to have to match medic this. That's something I can probably bring you some information.
Yeah, the fact that people are running around. Unless they've gone into some sort of
no
pause config. A stop config.
They'll have to medic this.
Well, either way, Cuban up. People chatting. I assume that there's more than the stationary admins in the room now. They'll probably got the technical team on site as well. But not the game at all that FaZe thought was in store.
Don't think anyone did.
Especially after winning 16-2.
What a performance that was. Really much to say.
I mean, there were signs of life in that game for VP.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you remember they won a single round. They knocked them down to almost an eco. Like, it was 8-0 up, but every round was competitive. The chat's being out on the server. The banana not yet eaten, just a note. Sax is saving it for like when he really does need it.
I think this is go time because everyone's back in sort of a serious posture.
Any kisses to be blown before we start?
Nope, Dasha's already fixed everything.
Okay.
And here we go. 7-3 VP CT side, AWP for Pasha. Just pistols for FaZe yet again. So a chance to go one beyond, 8-3 perhaps. Win out the half at the very least. What a story that would be against FaZe. Map 3, Virtus.pro trying to make it through to the playoffs. For the first time in a while. Since the major, to be specific.
Where they managed to retain their legendary status, of course. They keep doing it. Can't keep them down. The CZs here. I'm not sure this is the full commitment from FaZe. I don't have the server control and I can't really remember what happened before. We'll see as this round continues. Flashbangs come in. And there will be a bit of damage inflicted there. Snacks who's going to find Hugs in the smoke as they make their way past. It's going to be a very chaotic round indeed. It's going to be 2 frags for FaZe.
He shot Nico in the crotch, thought that he died, looked away, and Nico was still standing right beside him. I don't know how Snacks always manages to disappear inside of smokes as well, but yeah, that was rather interesting. 2 HP left for Nico. Didn't actually kill him, but still managed to get 1 kill. It does still leave the situation controllable for Virtus.pro. Pasha's in the corner, however, Nico spots him with the AK. Pasha not willing to defend and take the fight. And Nico, with the AK picked up, could be a problem. The fact that he didn't die. 2 HP if he gets the headshot, my God. Snacks not killing him could have been the problem, but they'll control it again and make it 8-3.
Yeah, here's how close he was to win that one. It's really impressive what he can do with the AK-47. And he's in the corner as well, hits every single shot. Can't quite find the crispy one at the end though. Money available, so there was the partial buy in the round before, just to keep you updated. 8-3 is looking very good for VP. The all comes out for Guardian. No helmet though, so he'll be vulnerable to these M4s. Asher, he will be playing towards middle. Baits out the shot from Guardian and wants to challenge as his teammate pushes down towards the bench. That's actually pretty nice. He's taken a lot of aggro away. Look at that. Snacks can't believe his luck. Pasha doesn't find the kill, but he certainly gives Snacks room to work with it. Oh, goodness gracious. Does he stay alive here? This is very chaotic once again. Another time in the smoke that Snacks just disappears. Yep. That one was unlikely. Low. The chance for a shot through the smoke there. And the crosshair dead on. But a 4-on-4 with Nico at low HP. We're given AEW HP potentially there. You can see a lot of teams do adjust to that. Wants to take the aggressive player. He might throw the all back once he's cleared banana here for him. He knows that he'd be vulnerable to nades going up here in this sort of position. Pretty shallow smoke. That doesn't actually benefit CDs too much. There'll probably be a bit of a gap there as we line up the final play here towards the B side. We've got 2 smokes to work with. Might start with 1. Go with the other. It's Guardian hoping a mistake to be made. They've got 30 seconds on the clock and no smokes available now for the CT side. Commitment comes in, presumably smoking CT spawn like that, and towards the coffins as well. Flash comes through and no shot hit yet. Guardian did spot one though. Shot in though, Neo boosted. Boosted, it stays there, no contest. Gets a second shot, Guardian manages one back, but the damage is done. Guardian on the red, so too is Nico, and shot in the head. Done. That is absolutely done. 4 seconds, they don't need to reface. Might go for Guardian after the time, 18 HP if Neo can find the angle, see if he gets there. Guardian, I think, just gets the new box. Yeah, no need to peek. Dead. He did get killed. Taz got him from the other angle, so fair enough. No money for Guardian either. As you can see, $300, no bomb planted, dying after the time expires. You will not get your maximum loss bonus. You will get 0. And Guardian now. We're going to take the full eco. Well, he might as well buy a PT50, leave himself a 0 if his teammates want to buy as well. Not checking the boost. Cracks are starting to show for FaZe here. This is not the team that looks like the #1 in the world right now. Virtus.pro that are making things very chaotic at the start of each and every round. That was quite cool from Pasha. So he faces towards T steps and baits a shot off from Guardian. And as they do that, of course, Guardian takes the shot, falls back. He can't call the Snacks is pushed down middle. You'd assume the AWP stays at the top. Snacks gets to the bench. He only gets 1. But it does make things very chaotic at that point, and it funnels him with all the smokes down and flashes towards the B site. Execution not exactly idyllic there from FaZe. Didn't check the boost. Flashbangs coming in. And there will be the force buy here, from what I can see. So a Deagle will be dropped for Guardian, and he'll buy a smoke of his $300. So 3 smokes. CZ's a scout for Nico. I haven't really seen him go nuts at that weapon just yet, but this looks quite promising. Spots the silencer, and misses the shot, unfortunately. The rain takes him down. Yeah, Snacks overextending. Guys, what are you doing?
Pasha gets tagged at 24, Taz on 30. No need to take those battles, especially with Snacks being lost so early on. Bialy at least will get Guardian. Pasha timing off, re-smokes mid, nearly had a chance to shoot out toward Kerrigan. One shot from Kerrigan in turn from a pistol. Would easily put him down. We are teleporting. I am confused. What is going on?
Mad things.
Well, Virtus.pro is suddenly in a 4-on-1, and I have no idea how.
Just accept it. Go with the flow. Let it wash over you in an awesome wave.
Neat.
5 kills for Bialy. Maybe we get to see it now. Nope. He said a dejected FaZe.
Glitch in the system. SK said that they wanted to beat FaZe in this tournament. They did it yesterday, but they wanted to do it, I think, in the playoffs. FaZe may not even get that far.
$10-3, man. Yeah, this could be the unraveling of the FaZe team. Well. 10-3. Flashbang towards Banana and a narrow miss from Snacks. Like I said, as soon as he gets on the AWP as well, that's when things become a little bit more exciting. He does like to challenge at the top of B time and time again. Get in their faces, can't quite land a shot and takes quite a lot of damage as well. But he's going for the wall bangs at this point. 3 players in the CT spawn area. Maybe a boost coming through. You know, takes a bit of a chance there. Gamble, if you will, to cross over to the side without smoke down, but gets away with it. 10-3. Pasha, this looks like a kill for him. Maybe not, though. What a shot from Rain.
Does it? Does it really, Henry?
Apparently not.
Off heads toward Banana. Nico, meanwhile, will distract over toward A. There's no commitment bomb still. It's actually closer toward A. Excuse me, Nico's in B. When we swapped cameras, I thought we went to the top of middle, but there's a giant B on the wall. Maybe I should have looked at that first. Taz, meanwhile, behind the hay bales, behind the cart, will try and get shots down. He can't do it. M4 damage is insignificant against Rain. Took him long enough to find the first kill. The Guardian was able to get in position with the 8WP, and this will open the site for FaZe, who would like to collect their 4th round of the half.
I think they will as well. The money's not great for VP. I think they might just consider saving the weaponry here, considering they're so far removed from this Nico. Won't have the chance with Neo in front of him now. He possibly does. Wants to make sure he definitely has gone past. There he is. Hello.
Knife, just to make it BM.
Kill him now before he takes that teammate.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he kills Guardian or something, it's just going to be not worth it.
So there we have it. 4 players surviving for FaZe. Taz not doing as well as he potentially could have done out of that one. Had a couple of players not even looking at him, but struggled on the first, and that's the problem with the M4A1S. If you miss the first 10 bullets or so, you really haven't got much left to work with there to get the full commitment in terms of the spray. Here's a replay for you. Smoke, of course.
Yeah, that was a replay of our teleport round. That was when we started going crazy.
Yeah.
That's
how it all transpired.
Everything went weird and wonky. It was like hallucinogenics, man.
7 rounds in a row for VP. Finally shut down as we go into the final round of the half. Looking for 11-4. Double AWP set up once again. Bialy will only have the pistol here, it seems. That's... Oh no, they're okay. So Taz had an M4 as well. I'm not really sure what happened. I guess they assumed he was the standard pistol, but they had extra money. Deliver the rifle. That's a nice service for him. And Snacks watches towards the bedroom as the shots start to come in from Rain. This is a very key duel now. Someone's about to die.
Someone...
Or maybe not. They will survive.
You're right. You're great with the predictions today,
I know,
Henry.
right? Nailing it.
Well, that gives Snacks a chance to locate back toward Pit instead as Neo goes out, fires into the smoke blindly. Somehow, though, Bialy gets the right timing on Nico trying to get a boost above the wall and takes him down to start for Virtus.pro. A start that leaves them a man up. And this is the last round of the first half. Already achieving 10 rounds. They're looking for the 11th as Olaf takes back Neo. It brings us level, but Bialy's still around the corner, and Olaf was not expecting it. At the same time, that happened. Rain found Pasha, but Bialy continues to be impressive. A hat trick for him. He's gotten all 3 kills, shutting down Banana entirely.
3-on-2. Snacks trying to do what he can here from the apartments. Nails one of the shots, but doesn't quite find... Oh, did he? I thought it looked like it connected. Maybe it didn't.
I think it did actually clip Brain.
Okay, well, there we go. Down to 30 HP. 2-on-2 situation, the final round. No saving here, boys. Bialy with another 3K into the round, joined by Taz, who comes up to the quad area. They get a pincer from the apartment and the quad side. Nice setup, though, from Rain and Carrigan. They've got one flashbang there to work with. Carrigan, he might be challenged first.
Smoke to pit. Bialy checks it. Carrigan found immediately. Rain tries to trade. Can't do it. Bialy gets both. 11-4 for Virtus.pro.
Another ace for Bialy, just to know as well.
That's actually true. Remarkable. The first three were awesome, too.
More memes. As we finish the first half, 11-4. FaZe are crumbling here. 16-2 in the first map for them. Seemed like it was a dominant performance. That was it. Nothing was going to be going against them at all. They struggled in the second map. I thought, okay, well, Cobblestone, I didn't expect it to be amazing. I didn't expect the tactical game to be there. As we mentioned, Carrigan not played in many teams that focus on their map, and it seemed like the strategies weren't really there. We saw some really cool executes from Virtus.pro. Like we said, they've been developing that and coming up with new ideas, and one of those executes was really tidy. But who's his pistol? FaZe potentially going out of this tournament to Virtus.pro, a team that's been in disarray recently, and there's been all sorts of speculation about them as to whether they will stick with this core 5 lineup.
Speculation that was supposed to become a little more clear at this event. Or after this event, I should say. This was sort of the expiry date.
Well, knocking on the door of another playoff for the Polar side. And Rain headshot as he crosses over towards mid, down to 22 HP. Neo wants to capitalize on that. They will go all in and push towards the quad. They've got flashbangs to work with. They've been deployed, but what a shot from Rain. Manages to get one. Pasha takes him down in response, and here it comes. Olaf Meister isolated. Can he get anything more out of this?
Guardian has to push back through the smoke because it's already down on this side. He manages to do so to get Pasha. It allows the wraparound, but Taz can't find the kills, and Carrigan puts him down. Snacks inside of the site. Wants a bomb plant. Wants a bomb plant. Nearly wiggles his way into one. Now we've got a game.
Yeah, we definitely do. No bomb planted means the force buy comes out in round number 2. Fast up middle. They knew they got the dink on Rain there. They tried to punish that. Maybe got carried away with the idea as Rain had more than enough time to adjust towards that pit position. Gets the silence USP out and manages to start popping those heads. Launch number 17 and the force buy, like I said, likely. 3 players focusing on armor and firepower. The other 2, Neo and Taz, making sure they have the utility to at least gain some access to one of the bomb sites here. One rifle for the FaZe side. That's going to be in the hands of Nico. Now that worked out for them. 2 MP9s and an MP7 as well. Deagle of Pasha could be deadly.
Up they go. Molotov down. Pasha tagged. Bomb plant the last round would have meant to save this round to get more money and buy early guns. Now it's about getting it down to try and get more utility, but they're getting shut out and they're getting blinded in the process. As Carrigan walks around, builds up cash on the MP7, and Guardian will push through with the UMP to the same effect. 11-6.
Easy for FaZe there. Coming towards B, not really finding anything for the Virtus.pro side. And now, as you mentioned, we do have a game on our hands. This boost is quite common, especially for Nico, who likes to get up there. Against Force Buys, I think that's a great idea because the flashbangs and range they've got with the pistols there, not amazing. He's not going to get flashed at all in that boosted spot. Your head is just behind the wall, so no flashes can really touch you. As we go to a Felico, 11-7 very likely here. And the likelihood of a bonus round coming in is quite strong, you know. As Guardian rushes towards second middle, he'll get 2, maybe even the 3rd. That's lovely. And he'll drop the bomb as well.
One way to farm up cash for your AWP players. Carrigan goes all the way around. Neo down by Olaf. And they're still searching for Pasha, who he's gone home. He just went back to spawn. He just wants to get 1 kill in the Glock. Why not go for a knife for money? Unfortunately, he hears footsteps to his right before they come from the left. And we go to the 11-7 scoreline. Now we get into the gun rounds. There's still a threshold by which Virtus.pro can work with.
Spray down from Guardian. First gun round here. Guardian will upgrade the AWP, of course. He almost had 10k there after the 3-man spray down in second middle. Certainly does qualify as the bonus round, but you do want a bit of firepower there. Guardian on 16 kills. Looking for a few more here. He's going to have a bit of pressure on him to perform as he goes towards Banana at the very start, known to be the mid player. Jumps through and is trying to get the first pick. He normally will commit to the barrels and go for the wide peak. Sits behind the flames and then falls back slightly to watch the barrels. Oh, you'd expect him to hit that. Pasha narrowly avoids deaths, and it's going to be Taz to find the first pick. Carrigan drops. Remember, this is the bonus round. They're going to be struggling for firepower here, but it might not matter for Rain. Good work by the MP9. Make it a double. Gets the bomb as well. Upgrades to the AK-47. 3-on-3. Pasha trying to recover as he holds towards the arch, but he'll be Molotov'd out and drops the smoke. Actually, wasn't really required. There's Snacks, though, coming from the other side. Manages to take him down. Nico with the FAMAS. Waits in the library.
Nico still trying to work his way back in. Finds Bialy. The bomb does go down. It's a 2 versus 2. And Guardian has them pinched in by coming out from the apartments. Missed shot, but it will give the information to Nico, plus the damage to make it easy work of it. And the fact that it's planted safe side corner means double smokes down and they can hold the defuse. Surely they will, and they do. The kits makes it easy. Guardian just puts Pasha down. He was trying to spray just to get him off of it to make Nico cower away from it, but that won't happen. 11-8.
11-8. Bomb planted. Certainly an opportunity for Virtus.pro to pick that one up after getting the first kill on Carrigan at that stage, but the FAMAS and AWP of Guardian prevail, and Pasha left in a horrible situation. That awful plant, the smoke's down towards the court and on top of the bomb. He had no chance. He got dropped as well, so this will be the tactical pause. If you're just joining us, this is the third and final map of our first best of 3 today. We do have another fantastic matchup for you just after this. Just to know, that'll be Astralis versus North. That's going to be a hell of a game. But the first map we started with was Mirage, 16-2 in favor of FaZe. We thought, well, this is what we've come to expect. And Virtus.pro being another one of their slumps, seemed like they were out of the match, but came back strong on Cobblestone. And actually, with the lead here on Inferno, they have a chance to knock out the #1 team in the world right now. What a storyline that would be. As we get into it once again, we'll have a look at the money and we'll be VP. Just taking a tactical pause to discuss options. They opt for the partial buy with 5 P250s and have just straight up banana rush. Certainly can work out. You need the first kill, but making the correct decision. Drop that utility. Flashbang comes in. Make it 2. And it should be Nico with a huge spray down here. He will manage to find the first couple for himself, and Snacks left there in an impossible situation. Well recovered. Just spotting it's going to be the banana rush, dropping the utility, making them run for the fire, and the flashbangs come in, and he will find a clean sweep for his team. Pause doesn't really do too much for Virtus.pro.
Oh, not at all. And now they're starting to get the pressure applied. 11 rounds is what they had in the first half. They've got guns again this time, so let me show their worth. Pasha's the one on the AWP. Full arsenal of utility. Pasha wants to take some presence toward B early on. Doesn't fire through the wall. He's hoping there'll be a quick peek from FaZe. Molotov doesn't. I don't think it's going to. He's got the smoke ready just in case. But the nade instead from Carrigan. They nade strike the tree. Down goes the op. It's well read from FaZe. You got to give them credit on that one.
Not bad at all, is it? Pasha dropped. Closing the gap. We're going to have all 30 rounds, and maybe even an overtime on Inferno. That's the way we want to see it go down. A real brawl to decide who goes home and who makes it to the playoffs. In terms of utility, we do have smokes available here and a couple of Molotovs for the Virtus.pro side as they have control of apartments and sort of a banana as well. They've got the logs position. The CTs aren't at the sandbags, and looks like an A finish will be coming through from the Polo side. Only not amazing on Eve as a team, so seconds remaining. Assume we go towards the quad side here.
Snacks starts to work out from balcony. Smoke at his face, but a Molotov down inside of the pit, hoping to move them quite quickly as well. He's going to have to. They're going to wrap around 3 players toward the arch, and Carrigan nearly had a chance to spray them all down. Double pit position. Rain might be overlooked. He just has to be patient at this point. Jumps up early to get information. Gets a great shot onto Bialy, all things considered, but it gives him up for Snacks. And a bomb plant comes in. Neo, safe side, but open side of the safe box this time. some access to it from Pit, which they do still possess. Nico knows it and wants to try and take it away from them by counting toward the apartments, but realizes time is a factor and Guardian's nowhere nearby. So back toward the arch instead. Are they considering just letting this one go, or are they going to work in tandem? Off the op, maybe not now. Nico's got to make a split decision. He'll continue forward. Smoke gets thrown posthumously, I should say, from the teammate that went down, and Neo's able to hold the angle quite straightforward, I have to say, from Virtus.pro. And now they've got around 12th for them. But FaZe aren't letting that deter them. Kerrigan gets the spirits up.
Yeah, he's got to this point. This hasn't been their best performance today. They need to keep morale high, and as Kerrigan got the opening pick, he even got 2 kills in that round, but wasn't quite enough. Bialy taking him down. A double pit setup as well, but that's a hell of a shot from the Polish superstar there. Couldn't really get much done. As soon as Rain struck from the pit as well, Snacks jumps down, equals it out to a 2-on-2. Then Neo with the AWP, managing to find some great close range encounters, and Nico couldn't do anything about the final frag. They'll take a pause now, of course. This is the third and final map. You're going to see both teams use both of their pauses here. Well, all 4 of them, I should say. Just scratching his chin, working out what the next play is going to be here. As, of course, quite vocal about his thoughts of Virtus.pro's position right now. Seems to be up and down with where he stands.
Does seem to be up and down, and certainly where he stands. I think the entire team seems to be up and down in terms of where they stand. Role obligations, etc.
Well, they extend their lead for now. Money still available for FaZe, of course. They have the AWP in the hands of Guardian, 4 M4s. Carragher no nade, so they are on breaking point now. This will be the final round of a full buy. Virtus.pro probably know that, as Pasha holds the underpass with his Dragon Law. 4 players at the A side for now. We can see a rotation from Guardian. They might want to try and set him up at the barrels and have 4 rifles at the A side as FaZe get control of the apartments, and I'll have to fall back somewhat and go to that crossfire setup we saw before. Olofmeister spamming towards the boiler room. Down he goes.
Olof will stay inside of the pit. Molotov's thrown out toward Bialy. He won't get access immediately. Pasha goes aggressively, VP altogether, and again in style toward the arch. A good time. Smoke will push Nico back toward the library. Also smoked off, putting pressure on Kerrigan, and Kerrigan down. Great execution timing from Virtus.pro, and they will swallow FaZe Clan all the way through to the site.
They have to save this orb. We said money at breaking point. They've given up. It will be 13-9 in favor of the Polish side. A clean sweep at that as well. Maybe not. Guardian. Was it worth it? Because now they know exactly where he is towards T-spawn.
Something tells me going down alt mid, they might have checked that. But yes, they do know where he is, undoubtedly now.
Fully committing. Got to try and keep 4 guns up at the same time. They allow Guardian to save that AWP. Nico the M4, they'll force around it and then presumably have a really strong chance with a very limited buy of FaZe in the next round to close it out. Nico will stay alive at the same time as well, but FaZe a breaking point now. Money's actually not too bad. You can see Nico had 8 grand, so they can definitely stabilize. Bialy and Taz working in tandem. Those smokes are so cool, right? Because the pit's the most deadly position for the bomb side wrap. If you completely isolate that and come around the arch side, you just have to look at the bomb side and graveyard. If no one in graveyard, you can just find those shots, and nothing FaZe could do about that. Very well played, and that's a lovely execution.
There's a few different iterations we've seen. I think G2, actually with certainty I can say it's G2, they actually isolate the site itself just to take pits.
Just to go in the pit. So it's the same
yeah.
smokes where you come out of the apartments, right, with flashes, and then just sit in the pit, get that kill, and then go to it. So those smokes can be very versatile, as you just saw. That's a great way to use them. And just playing, because obviously the pit's a very common position, so you've got 2 points of approach, either getting in the pit and isolating the bomb site, or wrapping around and allowing 2 players to have no pressure from that position. Bialy, just to note, 22 kills. Had a couple of aces in this map. 13-9. This is a longer pause than I expected.
Our last tactical turned technical, but this one seems all good so far. Virtus.pro doing the unlikely, taking down Gambit, who nearly took down FaZe themselves. It would be the 2 favorites, in my opinion, in this group that would go out.
Yeah.
And I do say that I had Gambit above SK currently. I think they're often overlooked. Despite winning the major, which that one I will say was a stretch, but they're up there. They're in the mix. 13-9. We started off again with guns. Double op setup, Kerrigan and Guardian. And 3 M4s as well. Kerrigan already flashed off the angle, leaves Nico to his own device, and he doesn't have much of a fight, much of a say. It's fast from Virtus.pro. They are upping the pace, and FaZe is getting caught out. Kerrigan certainly isn't as easily, but he misses the second shot, and Bialy's already bypassed, so he's in the sight. And you miss one too many, I'm afraid, Kerrigan, because Bialy takes him down. It's now the plant immediately.
I don't think 1 kill is enough there. I think you might have to consider saving here. We'll see what they decide to do. Probably got a few more seconds to see what's available once the smoke goes down. olofmeister makes his way towards the ruins. Flashbangs, Molotovs, and smokes available here for the CT side, but Neo's got one himself, buys himself a little bit more time there. And this is looking out of reach. I don't think this is worth going for. Flashbangs are good from the Virtus.pro side. Now they're going to be challenging for the frag. Still 4 kills to find on the FaZe side. Spamming the smokes. They'll get 1. It's up to Rain now to deliver a godlike performance. There's 2 frags. Goes with a 10 seconds defuse. He's the only player without a kid as well. They've got to fight back here. 1 kill will do it. It's so chaotic.
Oh
but Virtus.pro deliver through the smoke. Neo with a double spray down. Make it 3. Good Lord, that was exciting. And they went for it. They went all in. The player without the kid though, Matt, he's the one diffusing. Maybe without, there was a chance there, but unfortunately not. Neo, there it is. You can see Rain, low HP, just about gets it done.
That's exceptional. Pasha went down afterwards. It was still a 3 versus 2 at that point in time, but the fact he gets both, as you say, no kid on the diffuser. And this is when Virtus.pro has looked themselves. Look at, I mean, they just have more confidence in just the way they're sitting even at the computers. They're looking alive. They're going to use their last time out even though they've won the round because they need to keep the pressure on. Terrorist side took them a while to crack, and now they're going to continue on with it.
It's really nice to see. Like, even if a Molotov at his top up and on, like Taz just runs through, finds the opening pick, takes out Nico as well. What a kill that is to get. And you hate to say it, but Kerrigan is the weakest fragger on the team. Once you know he's alone in the B site, you're going to take that all day long. You smoke CD spawn, he's got the AWP, he gets 1 kill, Molotov him out. The retake begins, and like I was saying, FaZe maybe consider going for the save, but they still have money in the bank, so they're okay to bring out an AWP, but this could be the last buy. And Virtus.pro are looking for map and indeed series point as well. They'll go towards B once again. The AWP towards middle for now. And they'll rotate 4 players over towards B. They thought about it, maybe not. Virtus.pro about to potentially pull out a result no one thought was possible coming into this tournament.
Limited weaponry with a full buy. Virtus.pro a chance to stake their claim to a playoff position. Boost for FaZe. Kerrigan's the one to go up, and Nico will get inside of the site. The crossfire set. Asher continues to try and fire the AWP through the wall. But 4 players approach B. Snack's the only one not there naturally. He often likes to play his odds elsewhere and find information when applicable. Virtus.pro don't commit. And Snacks actually hasn't gone that far forward, so now it's about time because they've got to get a set piece in line or go, and I say go because there's only 2 smokes. Those will be used as one already goes over to the arch. Primarily for map control rather than site take. Nico already shuts down Neo. Rain only with the pistol. CZ is flashed off. He's fired twice. A lot of noise was spread.
Oh no.
Utility used. I'm not sure they would have known that there's 2 toward the pit. Guardian manages to make up for his first miss, but Bialy takes down Guardian immediately after. Olaf saves his teammate. They didn't know Rain was still there. Surely they heard the CZ early. Bomb plant in. Taz in a 1 versus 3. Finds it immediately on Kerrigan. But Nico on the flank and on his backside.
Wow, what a game this is turning out to be. Virtus.pro so close to managing to find series point. Comes down to the 3 versus 1 for Taz, though. Can't get it done. Rain from the pit manages to stay alive just long enough to deny everything. Virtus.pro will be frustrated at that one, but still, they should have plenty of money to buy into the next round. We're going to go the full distance here, I think. An exciting finish to the first best of 3 of the day. Pause this time. Money actually kind of weak for the VP side. 3 AK-47s, Pasha just in that CZ, the UMP for Snacks. So FaZe definitely within a shout of pulling this one back.
Absolutely are, and it would be crushing for Virtus.pro, but that's how close the rounds have been. That's why they also called the timeouts. The problem is, we now have seen they've used 4-4. Yes. So if FaZe pull this back, and the economy becomes a bigger issue, if Virtus.pro, for example, lose this round, they won't have any further timeouts to take advantage of and slow things down and recuperate. Bialy checks toward the hallway in apartments. Taz. Set toward the top of Alt Middle and flash off outside of Boiler for his teammate. In fact, that'll catch out Guardian and force him off the angle, but quite ready to peek. Thought Snacks was actually a little bit closer than the position he was in toward the hallway. He is close now to the site itself. They'll take the mid wall. Rain behind the box, flash blinded. And it's front side smokes they have to go through. Taz wants to get above them, therefore, and try and find Rain. Guardian gets him instead. He's still in the site, but a missed shot. Neo's got the shot back and takes down 2. Rain as well. This could be it for Virtus.pro. Olaf has other ideas. Neo still has 3 HP. The problem is the bomb is down inside of the site, and he can't get to it safely. He needs Pasha to get closer, and if Pasha slips up too far toward the graveyard, he'll be found by Nico. Good awareness to look that direction. Found is Olaf. Now they can focus on the bomb.
Good lord, it's up to Nico now. No kit, no nades, AK-47 in hand. Has to rely on brute force here to find the clutch. Neo, 1 HP, 3 kills in the round. Surely this is it. Series point in a reset coming through, but it's Nico, and we know what he's capable of.
Slide the trade. Neo can't get the headshot immediately, but Pasha knows that he's there, and he can play the time. Nico goes around searching. It's in the corner, taps it, knows that he's got to wrap around as well, and Pasha won't go immediately. Nico even wants to extend the angle, but Pasha nails it, and it is series point for Virtus.pro.
They might have done it. Unbelievable scenes here. What a tight situation that was. Nico without the kit, if he had a smoke, something, he could have baited that one out. And an interesting play from Pasha, I have to say. He actually let the 5 seconds go by before he peeked the bomb. And that shot, that missed shot from Guardian, the second try after taking down Taz, that was potentially it. And Neo, he's playing out of his mind right now. How many good rounds has he had here? It's the world's #1 team up against Virtus.pro, a team everyone counted out of this tournament. They thought they were done. This was potentially the final straw for this lineup as well. But here they are, with a harsh reset towards FaZe. Olaf Meister in that pit. He had to try and survive, couldn't do it. Got a decent headshot, but unable to take down Neo. Took him down to 1 HP. The fist bumps come through, potentially the last round of the series. It's Virtus.pro, believe it or not. They could be making it to the playoffs. And FaZe to go out in the groups. Showing their first signs of weakness with this lineup. A few records were broken the first time they'd lost a map, then a series, and now maybe going out of the group stages as well.
Yeah, not exactly, but a tournament to remember for FaZe.
Look at the bye.
Remember, they had to qualify for this event as well.
Yeah,
because the invites went out long before. I mean, you could have argued the old roster with Keo and Alu was still worthy of an invite, but they went out before this roster was in place. UMP pistols and a shotgun on Olaf.
No kits. Guardian Carrigan, no nades. It's such a difficult round. If VP give this one away, I'm not sure they'll be able to recover. That would be so invigorating for the FaZe side. But still, they have a substantial lead here. It's 5 in a row required from the European powerhouse. But 26 here. What a game it's been. Up and down. 16-2 to kick us off. FaZe looked unstoppable. Go towards Banana. Basic control obtained. They're not giving anything away here. Molotov's the corners. Push the CTs back. Good nade. Does reasonable damage. Does at least weaken a couple of players up there. And they've got a 4-man stack. Save for now. VP might be overthinking this situation. Still with time here. They'll probably go for the same execution. Trying to bleed out whatever the CTs have on the other side. Will be a finish towards A. And here we go, Matt. Potentially the final play of the series.
It was a rivalry before. The old iterations of FaZe versus Virtus.pro. And Virtus.pro may get the loudest laugh of all if they were to pull this miraculous upset off. Bialy tries to go in.
No!
Nearly gets the shot, but the shotgun shows back up and Bialy goes down. Taz has fallen to Guardian as well. That's going to add an AK to the mix, but Rain and Guardian are down, so it's just the 1 AK.
It's happening.
Olaf's got the shot on Snacks. It's only Neo. Only Neo when he tries to fake the plant to bait them in. He can't do it. Carrigan gets there and FaZe hold on by a thread.
So gutting, isn't it? Virtus.pro, so tantalizingly close to making the playoffs right there and then, up against shotguns, CZs, and
this might almost be worse if they can't close this game.
Yeah, no, this could be overtime now. Those are the hardest rounds to lose. And the money's gone as well. Oh, good lord. A few more twists and turns, and they will force by as well. Virtus.pro trying to shut it down before FaZe have a chance to stabilize. They'll go for the B rush. They worked out before. Good nade from Nico. Doesn't do too much damage. They'll lock them out at the bomb side with the Molotovs there, and they'll go back towards middle. Going up like the snake they are towards the arch side. Is Guardian with the UMP. Gets one. Might decide to fall back here or go for all the three-man spray down. All headshots. The force by completely locked down to the arch side. And FaZe are not going down without a fight.
Snack's getting more and we're close to the entrance. Has the bomb, but don't amount to much. Don't expect it to, at least, as Olaf needs to just check. 15 to 12. We will go to round 28. Plant in the last round. Second round loss bonus coming in this time. There'll be enough on the table for Virtus.pro to try a buy. Taz does at least get Guardian, but can't find Kerrigan. If he did, he may have had some argument. A quiet one. I take it back, actually. The money was lower than I even expected. Force buying the pistols, they put themselves well below where the threshold for the loss bonus was, so they'll take one more on the chin, perhaps.
Might have to.
Overtime is very real.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And super scary if you're Virtus.pro.
Yep, what a way to go out, considering you had that round against the shotguns. That one kill from Olafmeister. The thing is, as well, the fact he gets that kill with the shotgun, he upgrades to the AK, then he just becomes a spinning turret at the top. They're running out of time, they're panicking. And those are the most difficult rounds to win sometimes. Knowing they've got the pistols and you just try and take a bit of a gamble by yourself. Think, if I get this kill, we probably win. Then you lose it and you give an AK to someone like Olaf and it can all come crashing down. It throws the morale out. The bickering can begin. Like I said, it looked like they were really overthinking that situation. The clock run down to about 20 seconds before finally committing. There's that one kill. The bomb's not planted. The CZs are coming out. The rotations are coming through. It's getting very awkward. And here we are. You're absolutely correct. Overtime. Real possibility at this point. An eco required. One smoke, now two. Couple of flashbangs. The upgraded pistols. Very unlikely they win this round. Absolute godsend if they do. Coming to the final few rounds of regulation. What an up and down series this has been. Didn't seem like it was going to be at the very start.
No, certainly not. Thought we were in for a quick one. To word B. I expect it'll be fast, and it will be. Virtus.pro just busting in, but Kerrigan just spraying them down. Nico will contribute with one soul frag, and there's another available. Snacks inside of the smoke. Right it off. Round 29. Virtus.pro's chance back into it. Lose that. Not sure where it goes from there. I think potentially extra as Rain takes down Snacks.
Very interesting economical decisions here from Virtus.pro. As you can see, that force buy with just the CZs cost them another eco here. That didn't really yield much of a result either. 15 to 13, round number 29. Money back in their favor, at least for the AK-47s. Smokes, flashbangs, and the Molotovs available here. But FaZe certainly in the driving seat. They're fully equipped now. All the grenades they need. The Guardian, AWP, not going to be challenged at all. There's three players waiting towards the T-steps here. Not looking as assertive as they once were. Somewhat caged and perhaps rattled. Bialy makes his way towards the apartments area. Four players towards the A side. We have indeed got Nico. Man fragging unit, holding B by himself. Apartments control gained, but where do they go from here? They still have four smokes available.
NB passively as well from FaZe, not trying to lock out Banana for the early rotation. It's a four-man setup with B almost gifted. I say that it is Nico.
Exactly. All he has to do with the AK-47, get one, go to Ruins, stay alive. Try and deny that bomb as quickly as he can, and maybe drop the incendiary as they come in. But this will be the B finish. We can see Snacks alone, showing presence towards Boiler.
Consideration for rotation starts now. Kerrigan heads to the speedway. He might be late.
Go.
Smoke down to CT. Not yet. In fact, they leave it open. Taz wants to wrap through it and hold off the rotations. Nico with a nade. Rather, Kerrigan's nade. Nico's kill. And Nico's standing above like a high man statue. They are. They're tensed up. They're freezing in position. That's going to leave without the smoke towards CT. A massive opportunity for Kerrigan. He gets traded back. But in panicking, the bomb's gone to Ruins. There's no one else inside of the site. They're going to try and pull rotations the other way. Snacks may have done it. A double bluff, and they'll pump the brakes. Guardian's missed. How has he missed that? As suddenly the bomb goes down, Guardian takes the shot, but it's traded back. Guardian burns Pasha alive. It doesn't matter. It's too late. And Virtus.pro have done it.
They can't believe it. Cuban can't. What just happened there? We missed it from Guardian's POV.
That all comes to Snacks. The bomb went to Ruins. They considered going back, and all of a sudden he gets one kill, and they get the plant. That is honestly, you couldn't write that in 1,000 years, even if all the trees were pens and the oceans were ink. That was incredible way to finish it. And the last kill wasn't even Virtus.pro's.
It's right.